When you think of interviewing, are you one of the people who feels nervous? Do you get scared? Do you feel frightened? When you walk into the interview or get on a call or get on a video interview, do you suddenly ramble because you're frightened? I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I want to talk with you about a few ways that you can pull it all together so that you deliver the goods in your interview. And number one is, I want you to remind yourself, they saw something in my background, or they heard something in my background from someone else that gave them the idea I was qualified for this role. What is it in my background that they saw that prompted them to invite me into the interview? Now, you can match up a job description with your resume and start thinking, yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Yeah, I've done that a lot. And start to realize that you actually are qualified. And thus, the measure becomes, from there, number two is preparing. And this is the big part that most people don't do. They kind of wing it when they walk in. Now, part of the preparation can be, if I were them interviewing me for this role, what would I want to know about me in order to figure out that I was qualified to do this job? And that can be part of your preparation, helping them connect the dots on your background. And that's step number two in the process. Number one is figuring out how your background fits, and number two is, if I were them trying to figure out whether I was qualified, what would I ask? Number three is, further preparation involves confirming the job with them at the beginning, preparing your answer to tell me about yourself in advance so that it's well practiced. And once you hear that confirmation of the job at the beginning of the interview, and that can just be as simple as, before we get started, I'm wondering if you could, I saw the job description, obviously, but sometimes they're a little bit different than what the description says. So could you walk me through the position and what I can do to help? And they'll tell you about their current thinking about the job at the beginning of the interview, so you can talk about what you've done that matters to them and not just talk about what you've done. Now, going further, when you answer, tell me about yourself, you want to connect the dots between your background and what they're looking for by using the phrase, but what's probably most relevant to my background for this role is my experience with. So that becomes number three in terms of your preparation. Number four is getting some great stories together. And depending upon your level of seniority, you either use the STAR format, situation or task, action, result, with the result being a metric of money saved, money earned, or percentage improvement, or the SOAR format, SOAR, situation, objective, action, result. The second one, SOAR, I think of for a manager and above. STAR is more task-oriented, staff-level individuals, and get at least 3 stories prepared in advance that you can adapt on the fly based upon what you hear at the beginning of the interview about what they're looking for. And lastly, I just want to remind you, next to last, I want to remind you to practice the stories in advance, speaking them, so that in this way, it's not the first time they're coming out of your mouth at the interview. I want you to be rehearsed and make your mistakes before walking in. And then lastly, I want you to imagine yourself at the interview and prepare in advance where you close your eyes and you imagine yourself at the interview crushing it. You're giving great answers to your questions. You're seeing the heads nod. A smile on the interviewer's face. Even if they're sullen, they're going to walk out and say, that person can do what I want. And even if they don't hire you, because sometimes that's out of your control, a better person walks in, a less expensive person walks in. Someone who has the perfect experience internally comes in. We're only focused on your performance, and I want to help you perform well. Just imagine that they walk out going, man, this is going to be a tough choice because you really performed. Hope you found this helpful. I'm Jeff Altman. My website, thebiggamehunter.us, has a lot more in the blog that can help you. In addition, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching or have a question for me, you can schedule time for each at the website. Lastly, if you're not ready to go there, just put it in your phone. Use my name, Jeff Altman, and then put the web address, thebiggamehunter.us, so you can go over at a later date and get in contact with me or go through the blog. Final thing. Connect with me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/thebiggamehunter. Hope you have a terrific day. Be great. Oh, follow me on Clubhouse. Take a look on Clubhouse for me. Be great.